Hey, my name is Beeco, and welcome to part 3 of redesigning Naruto's Kunai. And we're going to get started on continuing our little sketch here before we move on to 3D modeling. So this is just to get an idea as to how we want this thing to look like before we actually get started on it. And so right now we have the wrappings, we got the fletching, and we have the integrated hole here. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Um, and this, I think, would be great for storage. You can have a bunch on you, just tear off with like a simple tug. Or you can even latch it onto a chain or tether of some sort and you could whip it around. But one thing we've uh, squared away was this is a somewhat of a throwaway weapon. It's not one that you'd want to put a lot of effort into because it's a jack of all trades, master of none type of thing. And so you wouldn't want to put too much into this. So now that we've allowed ourselves some wiggle room here. So what is this? It should be 1.5, right? So I think what we're going to do is, so this is the tail, this is the head. I'm going to give us another 1.5 inches to work with on each side so that it's balanced out. So let's go ahead and cut that there. What we're going to do is just mirror this over. This is just a quick and easy, like dirty means of getting rid of portions you don't need anymore. So let's go ahead and cut that out of the way. So now we got a tail portion here, which to me appears to be solid enough. We have some bindings here. So just like the fletching here. So I guess actually you might, it would make sense that you would use the same cordage you're using here for the handle for the fletching. And so we can go ahead and incorporate that into the design. Let's see, how long is this? Hmm. Let's see. Let me see if I can find something better here. See, diagram of medieval era. See if I can find. Essentially, what I'm looking for is a blueprint that I could work off of. That's a modern era. Okay, I'll bring this over here for y'all to see. There you go. So what do we got here? Let's do this. Arrow, fletching. Wish they had. So I guess if we know the thickness, we can kind of gauge everything else. Size. There we go. Okay, so how big is this wrapping here? So this is almost as thick as the shaft itself. So if I have half an inch of a shaft, it might be a good idea to have half an inch on either side then. Okay, let's just go ahead and add this to our references. Seven. All right. Ah, come on. Go back to where I want you to go. There we go. All right. So now that means we must account for a bulge here. Which could also double as the ending of this right here. So it seems to be a significant amount of wrapping. Let's see. So let's go. So if we go 0.025 like the rest of the grip, so if we do this, so let's do a quick arc. So 0.065. Will this be a decent arc? Yeah, I suppose so. But let's perhaps make this 3 high. Where 0.025. Oh, maybe 3 high is too much. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just right. Cut that, cut that. Let's do the arc. Oh, whoops. Need to bring this over here. Yeah, come on. There we go. Get rid of this, get rid of that. Yeah, come on. There we go. All right, 0.025. Let's get this arc established. All right. So, let's see here. Take this, array it. Oh, wrong direction. So 10 can fit there. All right, so let's go ahead and mirror this in. Don't need that anymore. Mirror, apply, complete pattern. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. All right. Oops. Let's zoom in here real quick. Ah, come on. All right. So now what I'm going to do is use a tangent here. So let's do that to define some constraints. So define. The constraints just limit what it could do. Okay. You see, I'm just preventing it from doing anything I don't want it to do. Ah, come on. So constrain this, constrain that, accept. Alright, it should be enough then. 0.025. Why is that so far away? There we go. So now what I'm going to do is this. See if I can attach this to this one here, and attach that one to this one here. Perfect. Now I can get rid of everything else. And these little points are annoying, so get rid of those. Get rid of that, get rid of that. So now what I could do is array this. Whoops. Array that, pick a direction. Go that way. Alright. So now 6, 7. Let's go 8. Will 9 work? Nope. Let's go 8. Alright. Let's mirror these over. Basically, the only reason why I'm mirroring them over is to get rid of the pattern constraints. Take this, mirror it over. When I do a 3D model, it'd actually be wrapped like a screw, so I won't have to worry about this as much. Whoops. Alright, so now to start off the next one, just go ahead and just flip these over. Whoops. Take this. Take that, mirror. Alright. So that looks good enough. Now let's not mirror, let's do rectangular. It's 5 to start, 5. So it looks like 4 is the lucky number. Let's go ahead and flip this over. Why is that off? Oh, okay, that's why. So that's the median there. Alright, that should be good enough. So I can get rid of this now, get rid of that. Why can I not get rid of this constraint? Oh, okay. That is why. Okay. Now I know I don't like patterns sometimes. Pattern. Mirror. Should be double there. Alright. Get rid of these. Get rid of the arc now. Don't need it anymore. And that'll, so to speak, represent the extra wrapping there. So now this actually needs to grow. See how much we got here. So take that. Just cut this here. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. Let's pick that as our base point. Oops. What did we grab? What is this? These legacy constraints. Shouldn't be anything preventing me from moving this. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab these. So this shouldn't grab anything else. There we go. All right, perfect. Now, let's go ahead and mirror this over. I guess first let's go ahead and mirror it to the bottom part. Mirror, mirror select, line, apply, deselect. Should be 2 lines here. There we go. Now, let's go ahead and mirror this over here. So, I guess similar to the anime now, this will act as your grip stop, as well as your fletching stops. Take this again, move it. But we do want this. When does this terminate? 1.329. Let's do 1.375. Yeah. Just to keep it nice and pretty. Okay, there we go. 90 degrees. There we go. Get rid of that extra constraint. There we go. Now let's go ahead and slap this back on. Move. There we go. Now we can keep that there. Well, there's an extra here, isn't there? Yes, there is. That'd be a good idea to keep that back on and just get rid of that. There we go. In case we want to separate it again. Alright, so we're slowly adding more and more detail to this. I guess just that should be good. So now let's go ahead and move this back. Alright, so there's your stops. Creates a nice place for your hand to rest, in a sense. Now, should be another one in the front. So let's go ahead and mirror this stop over. I guess you could call it a stop block, because it really is just a block. There we go. Get rid of that. Perfect. Let's get rid of those. Prevent them from overlapping. So now what do we have? So here to here, what is that? 9.5 inches. So I guess by default these are significantly larger than the Kunai and Naruto, but I think it would behave much, much better. And to me, it's like I want to get the function of the Kunai more so than just staying true to the original style. Let's see, how big is this? 5.875. What would the blade look like if it was the same size? So that looks pretty good. So, okay, we're gonna treat that as our size. Now I'm curious, how big will this be? 16 inches. It's a big boy, but would be functional as a dagger as well as a I guess as a throwing weapon too. And are much more akin to the Plumbata in that sense. So let's zoom out of that. I guess just to keep track of that, what we can do is this. let's do this. What's 45 degrees off that, just so we keep track? Is it 45 degrees, or would you say it's shallower than that? Should have gotten, there we go. Looks like it's more so 15 degrees. Yeah, it looks more like it. Maybe 20 or 25, or even just something arbitrary for all we know. Cut that there. 0.25. Whoops, wrong one. 0.5. There we go. So how far apart is this? Don't really care to do the math on that, so let's just do this. Mirror, apply. All right, there we go. Sooner or later, this will make it all the way across. All right, let's see here. It looks like the next one will be the last one. I don't want to overdo it, so I don't want to get rid of any doubles. And there are doubles. There we go. Now to do the bottom. Stick this, mirror. Get rid of that. All right. So now, so that's 15. Should be able to just move. Why is it off? Serious? I accidentally move it. Does that mean the rest of it's off? It's just representation anyway for now. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and just finish this up real quick. Then we'll move on. Okay. Let's see here. Speed this up a bit. Feel like I missed one. Yep. There you go. Let's copy it over here. Move. There we go. Alright, just 4 more. There we go. Should be 1 here. Is this straight down? Yeah, it is. Okay. I should have just mirrored that over last time, but whatever. Alright. That's gonna be annoying, but whatever. It's good enough. Alright. So now, let's leave it there for now, and we'll come back and finish the blade next. And I think I've been forgetting to save. Yep. Alright. So I'll see you all later in the next video where we'll be working on designing the blade. And I'll see you all then.